Hello, and welcome back for another cool ASMR session full of relaxing triggers. And today we're gonna talk Europe, yes. And I made here a timeline with the major events for each year between 1945 and present day, or 2025. So let's have a look and make a recap, a history recap with the major European events that occurred between 1945 and 2025. Like always, for each year I selected what, in my opinion, the major event that occurred. And let's start with 1945, which was celebrated with the end of the World War II in Europe. Germany surrenders on May 8th, the 8th of May, 1945, so end of World War II in Europe. The next major event is in 1946 in Europe. Winston Churchill, Iron Curtain speech, March the 5th, 1946. Next year, 1947, the Marshall Plan announced to rebuild Europe. The Marshall Plan is introduced and Americans are announcing to rebuild Europe. 1948, Berlin blockade begins, leading to the Berlin airlift. Berlin blockade. 1945, the major event for 1949, it's NATO, North Atlantic Organization, treaty organization, is founded on April the 4th. NATO is founded 1949. 1950, Schuman Declaration lays the foundation for the United Europe. United Europe is founded in 1950. 1951, the Treaty of Paris established the European Coal and Steel Community. Treaty of Paris established the European Coal and Steel Community. 1952, Britain announced the development of the first atomic bomb. 1952, first British atomic bomb development. 1953, Joseph Stalin dies. East Germany uprising fails, crushed by the Soviet forces. So 1953 mark a major event. Stalin dies. 1954, European defense community fails after France refuses to ratify. 1954, 1955, Warsaw Pact is signed as counter to NATO. Warsaw Pact is signed as counter to NATO. 1956, Hungarian Revolution against Soviet rule is crushed. 1956, the Hungarian Revolution fails against the Soviet rule. 1977. Treaty of Rome established the European Economic Community, EEC. 1958. Charles de Gaulle becomes President of France, Fifth Republic. 1958. Charles de Gaulle became President of France. 1959. Well, EFTA, or European Free Trade Association, is founded. Well, in my opinion, was the most important because I didn't find anything else. EFTA, European Free Trade Association, founded. 1960. European Free Trade Association is established. A lack of major events back then, sorry. But now pay attention. 1961. Berlin Wall construction begin. Now this is a major event in Europe history. 1961. Berlin Wall construction begins. 1962. Cuban Missile Crisis influences European security concerns. Yes. So in 62, even if it's not in Europe, if it not occurred in Europe, the Cuban Missile Crisis has had some influences over the political situation of our continent. 1963. Elysee Treaty strengthened Franco-German relations. 1964. Malta gains independence from Britain in 1964. 1965. European communities merge under a single commission. Well, this is a political movement, sorry. European communities merge under a single commission. 1966. France withdraws from NATO military command. France withdraws from NATO military command. In 1966. Next. 1967. Britain's second attempt to join EEC is vetoed by France. 1968, a major event occurred, historical one. The Prague Spring, crushed by the Soviet troops and invasion of Prague. 1968, invasion of Prague by the Soviet troops and supported with some countries, members of the Warsaw Pact. 1969. First Concorde test flight. First Concorde test flight. 1970. Treaty of Warsaw signed, recognized Poland's western borders. So the Treaty of Warsaw, it's signed. In this way, Poland's western borders are recognized. And now a fine one. 1971, Britain switches to decimal currency. Britain switched to decimal currency. That was in 71. 1972. European communities enlarge. Denmark, Ireland, and UK join EU. So Denmark, Ireland, and United Kingdom joined European Union in 1972. 1973. Oil crisis impacts European economies. Oil crisis impacts economical Europe. 1974. 1974. Portuguese Carnation Revolution ends dictatorship in Portugal. 1975. Helsinki Accord is signed, improving East-West relations. In 1975. 1976. First direct election of the European Parliament is planned. 1976. So, first direct election of the European Parliament. 1977. Spain joins the Council of Europe. Spain joins the Council of Europe. 1978. The first test tube baby is born in the United Kingdom. First test tube baby is born in United Kingdom. 1979. First direct election of the European Parliament is held. So they planned this in 76, but they were held in 79, so 3 years of preparations. Okay, sounds very European, right? Good. 1980. Solidarity movement begins in Poland. 1980. Solidarity movement in Poland. 1981. Greece joins European Economic Community or United Europe. Greece joins United Europe in 81. 1982. Falklands War between Britain and Argentina sparked. 1982. 1983. Green Party gains seats in German Parliament. Yes, Green Party takes some seats in the German Parliament. 1984. UK miners strike. I think this was major for 1984, the major news, as I can say, event. 1984, UK miners strike begins. 1985, Schengen Agreement signed to allow free movement in Europe. Schengen Agreement signed to allow free movement in Europe. 1986, Spain and Portugal joined the European Union. So in 1986, both countries, Iberian countries, joined the EU. 1987, Single European Act signed, advancing EU integrations. Now, sounds very bureaucratic. 1988. Margaret Thatcher and Delors clash over European federalism in 1988. 1989. The fall of the Berlin Wall in November 9. Well, 1989, the major event, the most discussed event was the fall of the Berlin Wall. 1990, the most important event was German reunification in October 3rd. 1990, German reunification. 1991. Dissolution of the Soviet Union. Yugoslavia begins to break up. 1991. The dissolution of the Soviet Union, the fall of the Soviet Union, or the Iron Curtain. Yugoslavia begins to break up. In 1992, marks the Maastricht Treaty established the European Union. By the way, before this date, the European Union was named European Trade Community, and now they change it to European Union. 1992, European Union, EU. In 1993, European Single Market officially is created, allowing all the country members, for free trade between them. 1993, European Single Market. 1994, the Channel Tunnel opens, linking United Kingdom and France. The English Channel Tunnel opens, linking the UK and France. 1995, Austria, Finland, and Sweden join United Europe. Austria, Finland, and Sweden joins United Europe. 1995. Okay. Next, 1996. The mad cow disease started, or crisis affects European agriculture. The mad cow disease. 1997. Tony Blair is elected as a UK Prime Minister. 1997. 1998. Good Friday Agreement brings peace in Northern Ireland. Good Friday Agreement brings peace in Northern Ireland. 1999. Euro is introduced as currency. Virtual currency first in 1999. Euro. 2000. European Union launches the Lisbon Agenda for Economic Reform. 2000. Next, in 2001, the 9/11 tragedy impacts European security policies. In 2001. 2002, Euro becomes physical currency in 12 United Europe countries. So in 2002, Euro became the physical currency. Until that, from 1999, was only a virtual currency. Good. 2003, Iraq war divides Europe. UK supports. France and Germany oppose. Alright, 2003. 2004, United Europe, largest expansion, 10 new countries join. 2005, France and Netherlands reject the United Europe Constitution. Major event indeed. In 2005, France and Netherlands rejects EU Constitution. 2006, Twitter is launched, changing digital communication. 2007, Romania and Bulgaria joined the United Europe. So in 2007, Bulgaria and Romania joined the EU community. 2008, global financial crisis impacts European economies. 2008, the major financial crisis. wave hits Europe. 2009, Lisbon Treaty comes into force, reforming the United Europe. 2010, European debt crisis begins. Greece bailout. European debt crisis. 2011, Arab Spring causes refugee crisis in Europe. In 2011, in 2012, United Europe wins the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. I think it was the first time when an entire community took the Nobel Peace Prize instead of one individual. In 2013, Croatia joins United Europe. In 2013. 2014, Russia annexes Crimea, causing EU sanctions against Russia. 2014. Yeah. 2015, migrant crisis peaks in Europe. 2015, migrant crisis peaks in Europe, especially in the Western countries. 2016, Brexit referendum, United Kingdom votes to leave EU. In 2016, Brexit referendum. 2017, Macron, elected French president, is reshaping European politics. In 2017. 2018, Yellow West protests in France started. 2019, Brexit deadline extended multiple times. 2020, COVID-19 pandemic affects Europe and entire world. 2020, the COVID-19. 2021, UK formally leaves the United Europe on January the 1st. UK formally leaves EU. 2022, Russia invades Ukraine, triggering European response. 2022, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. 2023, energy crisis due to the war and economic instability. Hard year for Europe. 2024, European Parliament elections reshape United Europe leaderships. Well, and we reach 2025 then, since we are at the beginning. We can predict only major technological advancement in artificial intelligence, and I hope the end of the Russo-Ukrainian war. Right. Well, hard times for Europe in the last 75 years. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for attending to today's session. Of course, if I miss something or if I fail, please correct me in the comment section below. I am very open to constructive correction and opinions. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye bye. Som det som är där. Kommer stördas. messages.